Hello, my name's Lauren McCabe and I work here in Recovery Academy. So when they come over to us here at Recovery Academy, they've completed their 12-week therapeutic programme and they're doing a 2-week resettlement programme. So while they come over to Recovery Academy at this stage, they're given the opportunity to gain recognised qualifications, and we also sort out volunteering opportunities for them as well. At present, they come over to us for 2 weeks. And what this does is it provides a buffer for them between finishing their therapeutic programme and going out into the big wide world, so returning home or going into the recovery housing. The benefits of having the Recovery Academy, it gives us an opportunity to make sure that everything is in place for them for when they leave here. So the housing is in place, their debt management is in place, and that they are in a good place to go forward with their lives.
Hi, it's me again. I'm Kevin Langan and I'm the Programme Director at the Burton Addiction Centre. The aftercare programme that we have is a 2-year aftercare programme, so that will be facilitated by group therapists and also myself. Ideally, when the clients finish their journey, you know, COVID has obviously thrown a spanner in the works, so a lot of it's been online. But the aftercare groups, we have the Wednesday evening aftercare group, whereby the clients come back to the centre and they will engage with their fellow peers into the aftercare group. On a Friday, we will have a split gender group. Clients, graduated clients, come back for that. Saturdays all day, you know, they're welcome to come in. Also, we have ongoing one-to-one therapy, so, you know, people need some advice, people sometimes need a bit of support. You know, it's a big transition from them for living in a cocoon, really, you might say, to move back into the big world, you know, so they'll be there, and if they're attending the aftercare groups on a regular basis, they'll get access to further one-to-one therapy. You know, therapy's never done, no matter, you know, who you are, it can go on forever, really. Stuff's always coming up.
Education is important for them here because what we're doing is we're giving them the skills to go out and create their new life, because they're going to need a sense of purpose in it in order for them to achieve. So what we're doing is we're giving them the groundworks and some experience as to how they need to go forward to obtain that. When a client has graduated, they will either be returning home or they will be going into one of our recovery houses. A recovery house is a place where clients can go if they want to further strengthen their recovery. It is like a trial to going into the big wide world, but they've still got the support and the guidance of the BAC. We have got Langan's tea rooms, which is available here in Burton. But clients actually have volunteering opportunities at all of the recovery houses. They also have the opportunities to do college courses and things like that to further strengthen their chances in getting job opportunities in the future. Beyond graduation and beyond even leaving recovery houses or the centre, with things like they might have housing queries or things like that, we can offer references as well. So there are things that we do to support clients. We also have the centre has a 24-hour bleep phone, which is a number that is available to all graduated peers. It's a 24-hour number, and there will always be someone at the end of the phone to take their call and offer them support and advice.
When they leave the centre, you know, they've 2 choices. They can go back to the way they were. You know, when people come into, one of the most important things about addiction is to form a sense of belonging. You know, and some people, they've been in here and they've come from the isolation of addiction, and now they feel as though they belong somewhere. You know, so we need to keep that going. So the aftercare is vital. It's so important, because I think it's you know, you could say that anybody can stop drinking, anyone can stop taking drugs, but staying stopped is the key. You know, that is the key to it all, the maintenance part of it, you know, to keep doing the things that have got me this far. You know, and the aftercare is absolutely vital, you know, and It's an ongoing process. When a client leaves the centre, you know, we invest a lot of emotion into these clients. You know, we form good relationships, you know, and we obviously want the best for them. And my concerns are when people don't maintain what they've started, because it's quite easy in the early days to drift back into old ways. In the aftercare group itself, you know, we're limited with the people who can come in at the moment, but when things are normal, you know, you might get 30, 40, we've had even 50 people coming in. When a client comes in initially, you know, it's all brand new to them, and they don't know what's what. So they will be assigned a peer supporter. So a peer supporter will support them, he will show them the ropes, so to speak, show them around the house, show them answer any questions, okay? Then, you know, they will move on, go through the programme with this peer support present all the time. Then when they leave, you know, they will come back to the aftercare groups, they will come into groups, some of them, they'll volunteer, you know, they'll mentor people, you know, and they'll guide them, and they're a great source of support for people. When the peer supporter gets quite a lot out of it, actually, you know, it's a double-edged sword. You know, what we believe in, and basically what the BAC was founded on, the ethos of, you know, in order to keep what we've got, we have to give it away. Do you see? So, you know, the new person comes in, they're very nervous, they're very anxious, they don't know what's going to happen, you know, and this peer support will reassure them. And the new client will see, you know, how far the person's gone, you know, and they act as an inspiration, you know, and an incentive, you know, like almost as though, crikey, I'd like to be where you are. Well, if you do, just do as we did. And this is what we did.
Following my graduation, I've chosen to come back and work at the centre because I get a great deal out of helping people like me. It's not only the joy of seeing them move forward in their lives and gain the gift of recovery themselves. Every day I'm talking to somebody or dealing with somebody, it's grounding me as a person, and it's reiterating to me the things that I need to know and the things that I should be doing. So, you know, in giving I receive.
When people leave the programme and they move on, you know, there are various avenues open to them. You know, we have the Recovery Academy, where people do basic job interview skills, CVs filling in. You know, they might go into employment, they might go back to their employer, or they might decide to have a brand new start. They might go to college, you know, take MVQs, we provide training for that up at the tea rooms. They might decide to that they would like to work here, you know, which they're welcome to do, whereby they will start and they will do a bit of volunteering. So you know, there are plenty of options. You know, a whole new life, a whole new way of being is now open to these guys. For anybody who is who was studying to be a therapist that might not be in recovery, you know, we have a 50-50 split. You know, it's not just about, we try to keep it as near as 50-50. People who have had the lived experience, i.e. they've been in addiction, and those that haven't, okay? We like to get that balance, because the person who has got the lived experience, obviously he can empathise, and he passes it on to the person who hasn't had the lived experience. But the fact of the matter is, the people who haven't been in addiction, you know, they possess something that we've always tried to get, and that's to live life on life's terms, you know. So I would suggest to them that they continue their studies. Maybe they could go to a few fellowship meetings to see what AA is about, what NA is about, you know, and just listen and learn and be the best that you can be.
If you want to work in a role like this and in a place like this, you need to have empathy for these people. You need to have an open mind and just be willing to listen and to seek guidance and direct them in the right way from the heart as much as you can.
This can be, you know, this can be a very, very challenging environment. You know, it's very emotionally charged. You know, it's up and down, it can be quite chaotic. You know, in order to do it, you know, you need to be level-headed. You know, you need to be calm. You need to be in control of yourself, because you're going to be facing some quite challenging characters. So, you know, you've got to be assertive, firm but fair, and, you know, it can be really rewarding, but also at the same time it can be frustrating. You know, people do die. We don't get many that do, but they do. And you've invested a lot of emotion in that person, and, you know, I would advise them to keep on top of their stuff, keep doing your own personal therapy. For me, the most important, the most rewarding thing about being a therapist is seeing people coming in broken, with no hope, destroyed by addiction, their whole life, everything around them, and to see them rebuild that and leave here, you know, as virtually brand new people. Not brand new, but to leave as the person who they were really meant to be.